The 2023 Los Angeles Auto Show is just now kicking off, and both Hyundai and Kia announced a bunch of things today. Most of them aren't really noteworthy because these announcements have already taken place in Korea. We've already seen the Ioniq 5N for months now. It was announced at the Goodwood Festival months ago, so it's kind of an unremarkable announcement here, seeing the Ioniq 5N again, but they also announced the updated Santa Fe, which is going to be coming in a gas, a hybrid, and a plug-in hybrid. The Ioniq 6 was named a finalist for North American Car of the Year, as well as the Kia EV9. Kind of interesting that the Kia EV9 can already be considered North American Car of the Year since it hasn't even gone on sale yet. The announcement that intrigued me the most is that Hyundai is going to be the first automaker to sell their cars on Amazon. Very interesting. So if you want to find out more about this, stay tuned. Also, Hyundai, are you ever going to invite me to any of these events? Sure doesn't seem like it. I guess my invitation just got lost in the mail. With winter fast approaching, now is the best time to purchase some all-weather floor mats from today's sponsor, Ioniq. Ioniq is a Maryland-based company selling high-quality, laser-measured floor mats at a great price. They're made from TPE, which is a mixture of rubber and plastic, so they offer traction and flexibility as well as strength when you need to remove them, so you're not going to dump their contents all over your floor. If you've ever owned floor mats from, say, WeatherTech, then you know those are made from a much harder material that tends to warp over time. Not with Ioniq. They also feature a simple and classy-looking pattern with a lip around the entire footwell so liquids won't spread around and get on your carpeting. I've been using their front and rear floor mats as well as trunk and rear seat liners for over a year now, and they've held up admirably. So these floor mats have gotten the Ioniq Guy seal of approval, and when anybody asks which floor mats to buy, I always recommend Ioniq. Available on their website or Amazon through the links in the description. Hey everybody, it's the Ioniq Guy. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. My name is Corbin. I cover all things Hyundai, Kia, Genesis, EV. So today was the big press day for the LA Auto Show. Bunch of automakers made a bunch of announcements. Hyundai made their own. And yes, the one I'm most intrigued by is the fact that Hyundai announced they are going to begin selling their cars on Amazon. Now, don't expect to have your car delivered by an Amazon employee. This is Amazon acting as an intermediary between you and the dealership, more or less. So don't get your hopes up too much because Hyundai is not directly selling you a car like Tesla does or Rivian does. It sounds like are going to be put there by the local dealerships. So Amazon is going to be more or less acting as an intermediary between you and a dealership, not between you and Hyundai directly. Obviously, because Hyundai has such a big dealer network, this isn't something they'd be able to do. Here in Connecticut, automakers aren't allowed to directly sell to a customer. So if you want to buy a Tesla in Connecticut, you have to drive across the border to New York to pick up your new car. The dealers have far too many protections, in my personal opinion. So anyway, you'll go onto Amazon, search for a car. You'll say, I want an Ioniq 5 limited all-wheel drive in this color interior, and you'll find what's locally available. You will, I guess, add to your cart, hit buy now maybe, and then you will step into the process of securing financing. I guess if you want to pay cash or check, you would ultimately do that at the dealership. So once you've bought your car on Amazon's website, then you will schedule either a delivery of the car to your house by the dealership or a pickup at the dealership, and you can ask them all the questions you want when you do pick it up if you don't really know much about the car. But if you're watching my channel, you're probably pretty well informed about any of these cars. And then obviously all your service and warranty work is going to be done at your local dealership that you bought it from. So the dealership is still going to register your car, get your plates and everything. So they're definitely going to be there for a lot of the process. Hopefully this just makes the buying portion, which is the most painful part, a little bit easier for everybody. And the one thing that I really hope comes from this is transparent pricing. All the time when you go to dealerships, by the time you get to sign on the dotted line, there's all these added fees that were secretly kept away from you the entire buying process. Hyundai even brought on stage the owner of a big network of dealers in Southern California and Santa Monica, and he was touting how this is going to be the next big thing for their dealership network and all that good PR stuff. But I think this is a good thing. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. If this can save you time at the dealership, if it can let you know the price up front before you waste an entire weekend driving from one dealer to the next dealer trying to get the best price, then that is a great thing. But who knows how this is actually going to play out? There's been really no other details. So I guess we'll see next year how this is going to play out, whether they're going to open this up to Kia, Genesis, other automakers in the near future. With this announcement, Hyundai is also saying that they're subscribing to Amazon Web Services for their big digital transformation And Amazon is really good with web services. I mean, they're one of the leaders along with Microsoft. So it looks like Hyundai is getting serious about digital technology with their cars, wireless technology. They also announced in 2025, Hyundais are going to come with Amazon Alexa in the car now. So you'd be able to use all the features you use with Alexa in your house. I personally am a Google Home person, so I don't use Alexa. I don't really want to use Alexa. I prefer Google's ecosystem for that. But I guess if you are an Alexa household, then that's great. So I don't want to drag this video on any more than it needs to be. I'll leave a link in the description to the big announcement video from Hyundai where they also revealed the new Santa Fe. It was kind of all lumped into one presentation. Some thoughts on the new Santa Fe. I like it from the front end. I'm not crazy about the back end. Looks kind of odd, but it's more in family with the rest of the Hyundai lineup at this point, so I guess that's a good thing. If they can put a big enough battery pack in the plug-in hybrid to have 50, 60 miles of range, I think that would be a very compelling car for a lot of families. The old Hyundai Santa Fe was starting to look really long in the tooth in comparison to the rest of the Hyundai lineup, so good that they finally redesigned it. Now I have a question for you guys. Are you interested in the Ioniq 5N? Do you want me to have more coverage of the Ioniq 5N? I haven't really been talking about it much. I'm not going to get one. I don't have interest in buying one. It would be a total waste of that car on me because I don't go to the track. And it's such a niche car, it's not going to sell in the big numbers like the regular Ioniq 5 or the EV6 or any of the other cars from Hyundai, Kia, Genesis. So I haven't really been covering it too much because I don't know how realistic it is that many of you even care about it. So let me know down below if you are actually interested in it and want more coverage. I am hoping that when they do launch it next spring, possibly in the March timeframe, I'll get some time with a press vehicle so I can share it with you guys, do some testing with it. Range has not been announced for the car, at least EPA range. There's so many people in Korea right now that are driving the Ioniq 5N that I'm sure could leave a comment on this video and let us know what the actual range of that car is. But until Hyundai releases the EPA numbers, we'll just have to go off of what drivers in Korea are seeing, which is honestly probably more realistic anyway. But anyway, guys, if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Check out my store at the links below. I've got a lot of cool accessories for the Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6, and Genesis GV60. More to come in the future for other Hyundai, Kia, Genesis cars. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.